many of you have started over in a career? I know I have. What about people coming out of the military? It can be quite a challenge to find a job in the civilian world. Yolanda Forrest knows a lot about that. She is a military veteran, 20 years in the military. Yolanda's from California, but she ended up here in Augusta at Fort Gordon, and she decided to retire. And after a few months, you decided, okay, I've got to go ahead and get into the workforce. But you found there were some challenges.
Yes, there were. I didn't realize, for one, how long it took to get a job. You know, I've never had to look for a job. I didn't understand exactly what it was to interview for a job. In the military, I did have to interview for positions, but it is totally different. Nothing like trying to interview for a job. And I didn't, the resume writing also was a challenge, trying to convert the military jargon to civilian terms.
Right. Well, and the interesting thing is, when you decided to try, you know, to get into the workforce, you found there were hurdles, but you ended up having the skills that a group needed because you were bilingual. Correct. And now you are able to help veterans find those jobs because you work as a career specialist with Goodwill.
Yes.
Okay.
I started out, as you said, as a bilingual career facilitator. I saw the job listed on Indeed. I applied for it, and it actually went pretty fast. I applied for it one day. They called me the next day. I interviewed the following day, and I got hired to work the day after that. So it was about a 4-day process. And I started working there, and shortly after I started, one of my bosses, she saw something in me and offered me a different position, which is where I'm at right now as a career development specialist.
And one of the components that's a big part of what you do is the work that you do with AWP.
Yes.
Explain how that works.
So Augusta Warrior Project, when there's a veteran that needs assistance, they will call the Augusta Warrior Project, and they will decide what kind of needs they have, whether it's benefits, education, or employment, or housing needs. The particular grant that I work with is the Supportive Services for Veteran Families. So if that is what they need, if housing assistance is what they need, they get referred to the EOA, the Economic Opportunity Authority, and they assist them with housing. And if they in turn need help with employment, they get referred to the Goodwill, and that's where I come in.
And one thing that you're going to be doing is a job fair boot camp. Now, you have a big job fair on the 22nd of September,
Correct.
But explain a little bit about what the boot camp entails.
The boot camp, what we try to do, and AWP is actually going to be running that, but what we try to do is to help veterans with their resume, explain about the resume, about the jargon, not to use certain military jargon, so that way they could civilianize their resume. And then assisting them in how to dress for an interview, assisting them in interviewing as well, so that way they are prepared when they come to the job fair. They know how to give their sales pitch, their 30-second sales pitch, and that they're able to bring a good resume.
Those are skills that you do workshops on as well.
That is correct. We have a couple different workshops at the Job Connection over on Peach Orchard. On Tuesdays, we do workshops for the general public, and on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, I give workshops geared towards veterans. We do workshops on resume writing, cover letters, interviews, dress for success, and I try to assist them also in writing federal resumes as well.
This is all part of the Job Connection with Goodwill.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is something that a lot of people who might be looking for a job right now need to know. You can help with those skills. You have equipment that people can use, office equipment. Is that correct?
Yes, at the Job Connection we have computers that are free of charge to use. They can use fax, they can scan documents, or they can use the printer or copier. As long as they're for, in order to find employment, they can come use it free of charge. Your
position is fairly new. You've been into this for several months. What are you seeing right now, the response and the need for someone who is specifically working with veterans?
I think definitely somebody that has been through it before definitely needs to be in that position, because you understand the challenges that come with transitioning out of the military. You understand with the military jargon, you read a resume, you know what they're saying, but you can explain to them, you know, this sounds better. I know exactly what you're trying to say in this resume, but, you know, try to put it this way so that way anybody else can understand it, not just somebody that has been in the military before.
How can people get in touch with you?
Our number at the Job Connection is 706-790-8500.
Again, you have a big job fair coming up on the 22nd of September, but not at your Peach Orchard location, over at the Snelling Center.
Yes, that is on Washington Road and Pierce Ferry, and it's on September 22nd from 1 to 4, and we're going to have about 30 different employers there.
So people who are looking to hire will be there.
Yes, ma'am.
And what are good things for people to bring to a job fair? I guess their resume, and I guess maybe the way they dress is important.
Yes, definitely their resume and the way they dress. Now, there is 2 boot camps, actually, one geared towards veterans on September 15th, but there's also one for the general public on the 16th of September, and they really do help. I attended the one in April to see what it was about, and they talk about how to dress, to have their 30-second sales pitch, and to have their resume, so they assist. And another thing that helps about those boot camps is they give you a map and the list of agencies that are going to be there ahead of time, so you can do some research on those companies and do research on the job openings that they have, so you are better prepared on the day of the job fair.
Right, and it makes you appear to that employer that you're interested in what they are offering and why you would be an asset to their company.
Correct. You can do research on that particular company, find out what they're about. You can talk to them and they'll say, oh, this person really is interested. They did a little bit of research. They know about us. So it does help.
Does your job fair appeal to people of a variety of ages? I mean, is this people who are young folks as well as people who are, you know, retired and looking for another job?
Oh, yes. The one we had in April was a success. There was people from different ages, different backgrounds, people that were changing careers, people that were just starting out. There was high school kids there that actually were able to go there while they were still in high school. So it's...
Job Connection is offering some really important opportunities for folks who are looking for a job. I really want to stress how great the boot camp idea is, whether you are a veteran or you're not a veteran. 2 different sessions. They'll all be on our website. You can look us up on WJBF.com, Jenny, and I'll also have all the information for Yolanda so they can contact you and check your website, and also the dates for the boot camps and the job fair. Yolanda Forrest, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.